Hey guys, welcome to Ian's wonderful world of gardening. Today I've just prepared a heap of tubes. I'm going to head out and remove some plants from the ground that I'm wanting to propagate and take to another property, and I'll plant some around here of course. I'm wanting to start them off in the tubes. Hopefully they'll grow in my little greenhouse over autumn and winter, and we'll get them out in spring. Come along for the ride. Up, up. There are 2 or 3 plants I'm collecting today. First is the forest hound's tongue, second is the shade nettle, and the third will be the bidgie widgie. Here's a heap of forest hound's tongue. It's a creeper, so there should be a stack of root systems. So if you pull the forest hound's tongue up from where it's laid on the ground, you'll see here it trails. There's a heap of little root systems there. That's what you want. And a shoe. Pretty sure I would have put that up there on the post. That's an old leather shoe, probably from the 60s. Bit of garden art now. Looks quite brutal, but I'm not concerned. It's so overgrown here. It's actually taking over a lot of my other plants. And I suppose that's the one thing about some of these natives, is that they will smother other plants and they will propagate quite freely. So what I'm trying to get at is that you still have to maintain your garden. You can see it here climbing up this tree. I'll take a little bit off there if I can find some that are on the ground. There we go. Just don't rip out your good stuff. That's a heap. All right, time to move on to shade nettle. Have a run of shade nettle here coming through the path. This stuff here I've found is the most difficult to get going in my garden. It's the same as the forest hound's tongue. It's a creeper and you're wanting to get those roots. I'll get a few plants out of that. Good one. I'll take that as is with the soil and I'll sort it out. Oh, that's a doozy. Look at all that. Oh. I don't want to take too much away from one immediate area. I'll move on over to here. You can just rip it straight from the surface of the ground and you get all your root systems. Absolute cracker. I've got enough now. It's time to move on to the bidgie widgie. Don't we love that stuff? The only time Oscar barks is when I'm on my quad bike. Here's a dead kangaroo apple I need to take care of. It's fallen over. They only have a short lifespan. I've left it there because there were some fruit on it that is still good for the birds. You'll know I have a heap of bidgie widgie up the top. So that's where we're headed. Here we go. This is this lovely ground creeper all through here. All this stuff. Look at this, I have some ready made. In the pot of an old dead plant. You ripper. Once again, the ground creeper. See those root systems there. So if you pull it off where it's been adhering to the ground, you'll get a heap of this stuff. Stacks. Take a look at all those. We'll start off with the Bidgie Widgie. Now, a lot of you may know this plant in your garden. This is now dried, and as you can see, they stick to everything, including your clothes. So a lot of people don't like them, but they're a wonderful ground cover. We have a lot of the root system here. These will grow really well. I'll just get rid of the excess for now, divide them up. So there's a couple of plants just here. I might chop that there. Don't be scared to cut it right back, cut it hard. Lovely plant, fairly simple. Just get yourself a poker, make a hole. That root system's quite long. I can cut that off. Tuck it neatly into the hole, push the potting mix up to it. Grab another. I should be able to get 2 or 3 plants out of this easily. There's one, there's number 2, 3 and 4. It's not brain surgery, guys. If I can do it, anyone can do it. Tuck the roots in. Just make sure you're slightly covering the top area of where the root system's joined to the plant. Very excited to get these ground covers up at my neighbour's house, because even though she's only 2 doors up and this stuff grows everywhere, she has very little of it. And the reason being is that I think she has so many camellia and rhododendrons, they absolutely just kill off any of the understory growth. The soil I'm using is simply a seed raising mix. It's important to ensure that you do wet down your potting mix prior to planting these cuttings into the mix. Not only will it not collapse in on itself, but it gives these guys a head start. And once I take these out into the greenhouse, I'll give them another water, a really good water. If the Bidgie Widgie does grow fast, I'll come through and give it a haircut. That'll spur on the root development. You can see this guy here, I got 5 or 6 plants out of that. There's 1, 2, as long as they have a root system, 3, and they also have a little bit of leaf structure, they will grow. I find it quite relaxing to propagate plants. That's something I do on rainy days or days where I'm feeling a little bit lazy. Oscar hangs around with me, I listen to the birds. I've now moved on to the forest houndtongue, and I wanted to show you this because I'm not getting a lot of root structure coming from an area where I have the leaf. So on this one, I will cut just below this nodule here. Snip that leaf off. Another root will grow from there. And don't be scared to cut some of the leaf matter off. And that's it there. And then that can go straight into the pot. I'll show you that again. You can see here, I have a root system. I have another one here. They come off these little nodules. Cut that sucker there. Cut the top off. I don't need a lot of leaf. There we go. A root will come out of this section and another root will come out of that section. In it goes. Now if they didn't have the root structure on them and you're taking a normal cutting, you would do the same thing. You would cut the stems of a leaf off on 2 nodules, dip it into some cloning mix. This helps the root system to actually develop. That's a great one for cuttings. One more, just to make it clear. That has a root system there, but it's a long way until the leaf system starts. I'll cut that there. I'll cut that leaf off. I'll cut that leaf off. I have now 2 nodules. I will even cut half of the leaf. In it goes. You've just got to make sure that you cover both of those nodules. And a root system will grow.